In our previous video we learned that we can use Rx immediate scheduler rule, and let's think that we have 5000 unit tests class. Then always you will find that this Rx scheduler rule, it creates one scheduler, and if lots of unit tests runs in parallel, or then you will find there will be lots of objects, scheduler objects, which will be created and lie. In that case we can say that heap memory will increase, and also it will cause some delay in operation. How we can get rid of that? Here is our GetToDo method. Okay. And the major problem we found with scheduler and under schedulers, we can say it's all type of scheduler. Instead of writing schedulers here, if we can provide it as method parameter or constructor, then we can use mocking framework to use it, or to mock the response. And also it's better to use that. For that I have created one interface, that is iScheduleProvider, where there are three methods: IO, computation, main thread, and also it can increase as per our need. Now I have created implementation of the ScheduleProvider, that is a ScheduleProvider. It implements IO ScheduleProvider, and I have overridden those methods. In case of computation, it will return the scheduler computation. Similarly, for IO method, it will return the schedulers IO, and for main thread, it will return under scheduler.main thread. And this is our method GetToDo. We'll change this method. That there is minor change is required. Here we can say, let's I have created another method, that is GetToDo1, and here we'll use iScheduleProvider is the type, is the interface type. And in calling environment, wherever we are calling in that class, we'll only use it as GetToDo1, and we'll pass scheduler provider. Instead of iScheduleProvider, in our calling environment we need to write like this. Okay. And what else change is required? Yeah, instead of schedulers IO, we'll use ScheduleProvider IO. Similarly, here we'll use ScheduleProvider main thread. Now let's write unit test for this GetToDo1. Similarly, let's write the UT for that. Let's copy our old unit test. Okay, and here our method is GetToDo1, and here also let's write GetToDo1. GetToDo 1, GetToDo 1. Okay, GetToDo 1, and it needs the parameter, that is ScheduleProvider. And here we can write anything, even we can write trampoline as the ScheduleProvider as well. So is whatever we want we can write, but is the because it tells the type is iScheduleProvider. Okay, so let's write here, we'll mock it for ScheduleProvider. uh, Scheduler provider equals to, we have key mock the ScheduleProvider and pass that. Again we have passed here, also here we can write dot, what are the two methods we are using from the ScheduleProvider, IO and main thread. Returns similarly main thread, it will return trampoline. Okay, and as we told, in this case there is no need of this rule, we have deleted the rule. Now let's run the unit test. Get to do one, the method is test that get to do one. Yeah, it got executed. Now let's run the whole test file, where we have two methods. One is GetToDo's, that is for testing the GetToDo, and the second one is to test the GetToDo one. Okay, now let's see what is the result. Sorry, test GetToDo one, the newly written code got executed, while the before code or the previous code, it was failure because of the Rx immediate rule. So without Rx immediate rule, if we pass the parameter or if we pass the scheduler, create a scheduler provider wrapper and pass as the method argument, then also we can write the unit test and it will work properly. And obviously it needs lots of design change or code change, and it is recommended to use the provider as a parameter instead of using the scheduler rule. And one more thing is most important, that is to check the dispose or dispose this observer always. We can say result dot result dot dispose, always to dispose the observer after the usage. It's always better to avoid the memory leak. Let's run it. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . and whether the test rule and the scheduler provider role way both will work together in the same class. Yes, they'll work. Just write rule jvm field uh, rx rule, and yeah, also dispose the observer for the other methods here also. Wherever you are using the observer test observer, always dispose it after the usage. Now let's check whether both will work together or not. Yeah, both are working together, and the GitHub link will be shared in the description. Thank you.